Brazil is a tropical country with large stretches of land and plenty of water resources. It seems easy to produce agricultural goods in a place like this, right? But the truth is that it wasn't always that simple. A lot of research and effort were put in place by our farmers, backed by the excellence of our public and private institutions. This allowed Brazil to become one of the main global players in agriculture and livestock. Brazil is amongst the 5 largest exporters of food products, and it's a global leader in the production and export of several essential products. Do you want to know how Brazilians made this happen? How about starting with a step back in time? 50 years ago, local farmers faced severe difficulties. The techniques that were available were inadequate for its tropical climate, and some of our cultivated land still could have been better used. But in the late 60s, Brazil began an incredible transformation. Public institutions and special programs were created to provide support to farmers, including public-private partnerships for the development of new techniques. Brazil invested in research and in the genetic improvement of seed supplies, as well as in new planting techniques. People overcame difficulties in those regions where the soil was arid and improved its overall productivity. Throughout the last decades, Brazil modernized its infrastructure and adjusted the productive process to better serve the international market, including the signing of agreements that would establish Brazil within an international framework, and providing more self-sufficiency and vitality to its agriculture and livestock. Laws and environmental policies also guarantee safety and sustainability. They increased transparency and introduced reliable processes as well, because Brazil knows that environmental conservation is essential, not only for its competitiveness in the global market, but also essential for the planet. In 2015, Brazil's contribution under the Paris Agreement was ambitious, as it was the first time that a major developing country has committed to an absolute reduction of emissions reduction for its whole economy. As part of its contribution under the Paris Agreement, Brazil must restore 15 million hectares of degraded pastures, as well as implement an integrated crop livestock forest (ICLF) system in 5 million hectares by 2030. To reach this objective, the country strengthened the ABC program, and in 2018 had already fulfilled 77% of the program plan's commitments in area and 105% in terms of reducing CO2 equivalent emissions, including the recovery of up to 10.5 hectares HA of degraded pasture and the planting of 5.8 million hectares of ICLF. The country's agriculture and livestock sector already represents more than 20% of its GDP, and productivity keeps growing. The country has 2 or more crops per year in several regions, and even exports its advanced production techniques, providing solutions for food security challenges. Brazil has reliable sanitary control practices and high levels of sustainability. The country produces more, whilst enforcing stricter measures in the fight against deforestation. Estimates show that Brazil's agriculture and livestock production will continue to grow in upcoming years, and at a higher rate than the global average. And this is only the beginning. With tropical agriculture, Brazil has the opportunity to offer the world contributions in both the 2 main global challenges of this century: food security and environmental sustainability.